Hey, Snack Pack, snacking here, putting the marshmallow in your hot cocoa, if you know what I mean, bringing you some musings. Hadn't intended to do this yet, but Blizzard just put out the cutest damn thing you've ever seen. And you know what I'm talking about. Jeff Kaplan. No, sorry. Hamtaro. No, wait, that's not right either. Wrecking Ball. Ooh, okay. I agree with some of the other YouTubers. Come on, Blizzard, just call him Hammond. I mean, Wrecking Ball, seriously? Really? I mean, it just sounds like testicular cancer, right? Anyway, that's just one little guy's opinion. So, because I'm a sheeple, I thought I'd go ahead and give a first impression video. Since all the big boys have gone, all the masters and grandmasters have put out their opinion on this guy. I think it's time for the little person, and for once I am a little person, to go ahead and do this. So, what do tanks do? Let's discuss that first. Tanks do three things. They make space so that your team can move in. They protect teammates, and they break down fortified positions like chokes or groups or death balls. Right? That's what they do. And
did you hear about
my first impression of Hammond is that he can do 2 out of 3 of those things. He can absolutely make space.
I'm sure no one's gonna want to be the new hero.
He can drop into an area, activate his shield, or come in with his slam ability. And I apologize if I don't use the right name, but the one where you drop from space and land on somebody, knock him in the air.
Hamtaro.
He can absolutely make space, right? Because he can engage that way, and he's very hard to stop because he's very mobile. He can absolutely break fortified positions. So when he goes into wrecking ball mode, swings around, again, drops in on people, drops his mines, he can break a fortified position. He will not be able to protect teammates well. He's a lot like Roadhog in that aspect, or
something else.
Yeah, Roadhog, because Roadhog is the one tank that doesn't have some sort of a shield or some sort of a way to actively protect a teammate. Now Roadhog can hook somebody away, right? You got a tracer on your mercy, you can hook that tracer away, maybe, if you're good with the hook. But otherwise it's body blocking, and Hammond is the same way. If you're going to protect a teammate, you're going to have to either go into ball mode and hope you knock somebody away, or you're going to have to body block, or something like that. You're not like Winston, where you can just drop a shield over somebody. So he's not going to be good at protecting teammates, I don't think. But he can do the other things very, very well. So, and I think he has a lot of potential to start an engagement, because like I said, he has very high mobility, arguably the highest mobile tank in the game, maybe the highest mobile character in the game. He has tons of mobility, and he can swing in, be the first to engage while the rest of the team catches up to him, because with that magical shield that he's got, he can swing in, he can engage, drop his shields on his personal shields, and have the survivability for the team to catch up. He has almost as much, not quite, almost as much health as a fully shielded Reinhardt. Reinhardt comes in at 2,500. This guy's going to come in at like 2,000, I think, between health and shield. Well, no, 1,400, I guess, between health and shields. The reason he's a 3-star tank, grapple is going to take a little bit of getting used to. The physics are not quite... Well, it's Blizzard physics, right? It's the same reason you'll send out a Moira orb, and the next thing you know, it's being launched into space instead of healing anybody, because it bounced off of a plant. Blizzard physics, same thing here. The grapple is going to take a little time to learn. If you're interested in playing Hammond, Wrecking Ball, dear God, then start learning how to grapple now, because the grapple is the key to this character. There's no doubt about it. If you don't have good grappling skills, you are going to fail miserably, because just rolling in or just walking in, I mean, that'll be okay. But the key to being a really good wrecking ball is knowing how to balance the 3 movement abilities, which are just standard walking, rolling in a ball, and then going into the wrecking ball form, right? And how to use those effectively and appropriately, right? So, you know, we think it's been theorized that there's no critical hitbox when you're in wrecking ball form. If that's true, you may want to use wrecking ball form as your primary way to get around, especially if there's a widow on the board. Hamtaro's hitbox is indeed the hamster that sits above the ball, so that's pretty hard to hit anyway. Still, I mean, he's definitely not Diva. You know, I've done a video on that where she's got the hitbox the size of Arizona, which is true. So for Hamtaro, I'm not going to get that out of my head. I'm going to call this guy Hamtaro for the rest of his existence. Anyway, and Blizzard needs to license the hamster dance song. That needs to be that needs to be both his dance emote and a regular voice emote. It needs to happen. He needs to have little speakers that pop out of his mech and plays music. I don't know. Just thinking. Where was I? Oh yeah, but grapple is the key. If you're not a good grappler, you're not going to be a good wrecking ball player. And so, and how creative you can get with this guy and the grapple is going to be what separates the average player from the great player. I think he's, like I said, I think he's going to be good at engagement. I think he's going to be able to dive widows because he can get to places that even Diva and Winston have a hard time getting to. That the momentum from those ball swings is massive, and he can really get around the map fast. So again, good with grapple, and you can get to those widows and shut them down. The guns are nothing to write home about, but it is nice to have a hit scan tank finally. Sadie and I did a little bit of Farah play, and he was okay. I thought he was a little vulnerable, but again, if I was better with the grapple, I think I could engage and disengage from the Farah appropriately. But he is a little weak to her, just because his primary guns don't have extreme range on them. I think Farah is going to get nerfed with the accidentally with the increase to Soldier and McCree's fall-off damage. I think that's going to hurt the Farah play a little bit. I think she's still a hugely viable option because your hit scan player's still got to be able to aim. The hit scan player's just going to do more damage at medium range. So that'll help those pharmacies. But that's my first thought about Wrecking Ball. I think he will be a great engager. I think the great players will know when and how to engage, what mode to use. I think he's actually really fairly well balanced already. His personal shield is a neat touch. His ultimate with the minefield is very good. I think it's going to be good area of denial. I don't know what it really combos with. Orisa is Orisa Hog. I've heard that mentioned on one of the YouTube channels. I think that's probably the best combo you're going to get because they can pull enemies into the ultimate, right? But I don't see, like, she doesn't Hamtaro doesn't have the same kind of synergy with like Zarya that some of the others do. But I think he's well balanced. I don't think he's really OP. I think he's very mobile,
that's absolutely true.
which is what gives him a great advantage. But he doesn't do so much damage that that getting in recklessly is going to let you just murder everybody, right? He doesn't have tons of damage that way. So anyway, that's my first thoughts. Snacking out.